We love hip hop.
J. Cole. Now, there's been numerous podcasters, broadcasters, people giving their take on this J. Cole apology. Obviously, a lot of people are disappointed in the fact that J. Cole did apologize. Let me see. Y'all can see this on the screen. Let me make sure. Perfect. So it says here on the screen, y'all feeling the J. Cole apology for 7-minute drill. And you know what? I'll do this at the same time while I'm asking you guys. I'm going to set up a poll. Pause. No Diddy. And ask you guys in the chat. Let me see. What's the question? This is J. Cole still big three? Okay. Question marks. Bong. All right. There's the question right there. Is J. Cole still big three? After, what we're going to review right here. Let's get into it.
I've been happy. I've been moving on my own accord, off my own desires, my own wants. Now, why am I saying all of that? All of that shit led me up into this point. 10 years later, after this song, I'm here. Here I am. I've been just chasing my shit. You know what I mean? Like following my dream and just trying to head to the fall off in the way that I wanted to do it. And so I put out this project on Friday called Might Delete Later. I don't know how many people done checked it out or whatever, but I put this project out.
Delete this apology, bro.
And I swear to God, I'm so proud of that project because I know, one, it's just a lead up. It's just an EP that leads me up to this thing that I've been working on for a long time. And I know the work it took to get to a certain type of skill level. And I love this shit. So that shit mean a lot to me, right? So I'm so proud. I've been happy. I've been moving on my own accord, off my own desires, my own wants. Now, why am I saying all of that? All of that shit led me up into this point. 10 years later, after this song, I'm here. Here I am. I've been just chasing my shit. You know what I mean? Like following my dream and just trying to head to the fall of that project. Except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 2-3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like,
this nigga.
Boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, I don't really feel no way. But the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel.
Let me know in the chat. Put up a L in the chat if this is an L, a W if this is a W.
Friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel. That shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever
touched? Oh, man. This nigga.
Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? I don't really feel no way. I pray that y'all are like.
Anyhow, y'all get the gist. All right. So, man, he's backpedaling. He's apologizing. Okay. I think anybody who's popping into this chat right now, who's popping into something called We Love Hip Hop Network, is fully in the know of what's going on with J. Cole and, the whole big three conversation. Okay. I don't think I have to repeat and give you guys the premise of what's going on over here. Now, what do y'all think about 7-minute drill? All right, let me ask y'all in the chat. All right, we discussed this on the podcast not too long ago. Big salute to Dusty Wallace, big salute to DJ Czar, big salute to the producer Big B3, and we were not really so happy with the track itself. Okay, when we did our recording of this incident here, this was before the song, actually before the apology. Okay, he came in Cop and Please maybe a day after we finished recording, which I'm like, God damn, bro, why you going to do that, fam? So I'll play some of the stuff that we were saying on the podcast, but I wasn't expecting an apology, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I really wasn't expecting to hear J. Cole apologize, especially with the way that Kendrick has been treating him. And let's not get it twisted. It's not like Kendrick has made a million diss tracks dissing this guy.
And
with anything,
the whole thing with that, right? Like we already covered the whole Like That track with Kendrick Lamar and blah, 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 blah.
1 second. With anything, he was more going at Drake, trying to take Drake's head off. Okay. Cole got a couple of shots just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. He did bring up the big three conversation in the first place. However, the main target wasn't Cole in the first place. So I could also understand, just to give him a little bit of bail, I could understand where his sentiments may lie, where he's like, I didn't really have to jump out the window like this. Okay. And we gave our opinion on the song itself.
GHIJK.
Not like the average black dude, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like
for
that little hesitation thing. Like, when
the
Drake
double,
starts
triple entendres.
But he does that too.
Nah, not like he did it like Drake.
And when Drake starts
the conversation we're having actually right here on the podcast is the fact that a lot of the bars on that specific song sound really Drake-ish. Okay. Let me finish. Let Dusty finish what he's saying here.
Verse, he doesn't start on the one.
It's like on the end of the first bar.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
Are you gonna start, bro?
Yeah.
And then he just starts. It's like the first bar goes, and then he's like, "Yeah."
And when I heard this, was
You
like,
too,
it sounds Drake influenced, whether it's like direct or indirect. Like you could tell he was going for that sound.
Remember, this is Cole's first time going to war, eh? He threw a Buffalo Soldier in the front line and said, "Yo, try this out."
Yeah.
Right? This is his first time going to war, and now Drake is an experienced veteran when it comes to war.
Yo, the clock, Drake. It's time. Them times, brethren. Okay. I'm gonna pause it right there just for a quick second, because here's the thing when it comes to all of that. He does sound a lot like Drake in some of those bars that are on that 7-minute drill. Okay, and let me know in the chat if y'all agree with that as well. However, it's not only 7-minute drill. I took the opportunity. I had an opportunity to do an extended drive. I was driving for about an hour and a half. On the way back into Toronto, I was listening to the full Might Delete Later album, okay, or EP or whatever he wants to call it. And through my listening, I noticed a lot of things on that on that album. I noticed one, he has a lot of songs where he just totally took Drake's style. That little Afrobeatish, Caribbeanish type of track right there. That sounded hella Drake-ish, if that's going to be a new term that we're going to be using these days, okay? That sounded super Drake-like there, broski. Okay, we're not going to let that one slide. Okay, I'm going to fix my camera in a second, but we'll get to that later. I'm not going to let that one slide there, broski. That sounded hella Drake-ish. But not only that, I heard the disses. Jermaine Cole. I heard this, not only sneak shots, these were overt disses that I was hearing from J. Cole on that new Might Delete Later album towards Drake. Now, I understand that these guys had a conversation before the album dropped, saying that I got a couple of songs that are going to be coming out soon before the fall off. I had a certain way that I was feeling about you before when I did drop those songs. But since you brought me on tour, made me a few M's, probably a few dozen M's. I don't feel that way about you no more, Drake. So if you hear that stuff on this new album, I don't feel that way no more. Okay? I'm giving you that information from what I've gathered from different podcasts. This my thing, my journalism when I'm out here doing my thing. Okay? That's what I have to bring to you. Like, he did let Drizzy know that, you know, there will be some sneak disses on this new Might Delete Later album. However, without me bringing this information, other podcasters and journalists bringing this type of information to the forefront, how are we going to know? So for people who actually take the time to listen to the rest of the album, i.e. like a real J. Cole fan, and let's say you don't have that information prior going in, listening to this album, you'd be like, okay, you apologized to Kendrick publicly and said, I'm sorry, I could stick my chin out, no Diddy, take your best shot. But you ain't apologized to the boy for about 3 songs of disses. I'm just saying. That might be the reason why he wasn't going to Dreamville. He's like, you know what? I think I'm going to skip Dreamville. Right? Big salute to Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast. He was at the Drake show for the last one that was over there in New York, or I think it might have been New Jersey. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. Okay? That was the 87th show, if I'm not mistaken. It was the last one on the tour for all of the follow-up shows. He got a chance to speak to Drizzy Drake behind the scenes after the show was done, and this is what he said about Dreamville.
Okay. So after the show, having a conversation, having a conversation, and I'm just like, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, man. What could we expect? And he might get mad for me talking about it, but he know he my nigga. I asked Drake one question. I said, yo, you going to Dream Fest this weekend? And he gave me an answer that was kind of like weird. Friday night hearing it, but Sunday night made all the sense in the world. He says, I don't know, should I? Because it's weird right now. Like, are we performing the record? Can we ever perform first person shooter? And he has to change the bar now.
First of all, I don't know, should I is crazy. I don't understand. Is he asking Maul this? I don't know, Maul. Should I? What do you think? What if Maul was to say, you know what, nigga? Yeah, you should. Why aren't you in, North Carolina right now? You know what? You right. And he just leaves backstage or leaves the after party or whatever, jumps on a plane or jumps on Air Drake and goes right to North Carolina. Right? He's asking him like, you know, maybe Maul can help him make that decision. Listen.
Okay. So after the show, having a conversation, having a conversation, and I'm just like, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, man. What could we expect? And he might get mad for me talking about it, but he know he my nigga. I asked Drake one question. I said, yo, you going to Dream Fest this weekend? And he gave me an answer that was kind of like weird. Friday night hearing it, but Sunday night made all the sense in the world. He says, I don't know, should I? Because it's weird right now. Like, are we performing the record? Can we ever perform first person shooter? And
I don't know, should I?
I've been a project.
My bad, wrong slide. Should I?
Okay. So we gonna shit on Kendrick every time we do the record?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
And nobody wants to hear us together unless we're dissing Kendrick. That's just where it's at. Niggas don't want to hear new records.
It's a fair
Niggas
point. Niggas
don't want to hear old bops, old jams. It's a nigga in Compton that wants smoke with both of you niggas, and you niggas is in North Carolina having a bromance.
Yeah. And he's doing Mexican burpees in Compton right now. Right now.
This nigga just put out a 7-minute drill record that was kind of like a pillow fight, but okay, whatever. At least he stepped in the gym. He's in the gym. Drake, the world is waiting for you to respond. But Friday night, he says, I don't know. Should I?
I don't know why that's so funny to me, bro. Bro, you're the biggest rapper in the world. Like, with all due respect to Maul, I don't think Maul's going to influence your decision.
I said, well, if you don't, I think Cole is going to feel a way about that.
Was Drake, I'm going to really try to get you to snitch. Did Drake find out about 7 Minute Drill with the rest of us? Or was he...
So we going to shit on Kendrick every time we do the record?
Yeah, that is. He had spoken to Cole.
I don't know, but we spoke maybe an hour after the record came out.
Okay.
Thursday night.
So while Maul and Drizzy were having their conversation, the record is already out. Okay. Listen, I don't think it takes for mans to leave the party, get into the sprinters or whatever trucks that these guys jump into to hear that there's a song out. Okay. From the time that song dropped, I'm sure texts were starting to get sent around. For all we know, because remember, we're not behind the scenes, gang. He might have already known that the song's dropping. He might have already heard it and been like, "You sure you want to do that, Cole? I got this. You know, I'm in the studio. I'm cooking. I've been cooking while I'm on the road. I got maybe about 28 bars ready right now. You sure you want to do this, bro? You sure?" And Cole said, "Nah, man, I got this. 7 Minute Drill, that's that kind of thing that, me and the producer, conductor, like when we getting ready and we just trying to exercise the rapping muscles and stuff, the 7 Minute Drill." Drake said, "Okay, bro, have at it." All right, that's my story. It's like, okay, bro, if that's what you want to do, have at it. Now, as far as him apologizing, and I'm just theorizing over here. I don't think that Drizzy knew he was going to apologize. However, was it something that would have been out of, J. Cole's toolbox? Was Drizzy surprised, let's say? Probably not.
So I don't know if he heard it already. I don't know. I didn't ask that. But I said, yo, if you don't go, I think Cole feels a way about that. He's like, yeah, probably. He said, but I'll talk to him. I just think right now.
To me, that's some of the most entertaining conversation that could be happening right now at a party somewhere. Yeah, he'll probably be pretty pissed off. Like you just went all over the world or all over the country with this guy. Was Cole in Canada? I don't think Cole was in Canada. He didn't come to Canada. He didn't do the Toronto show. But I don't know about the ones in the other locations, the West Coast, Montreal. I think he was at some of those other locations in Canada. But Cole got to do a whole world tour with this nigga. Got a #1 single. Now it's time for Dreamville Fest. The boy's gonna be there. He's telling Boss and JID and all them niggas like, yo, watch when Drake pops out on stage. It's gonna be crazy. Right? He's still waiting for the response from the text. He don't have to DM him. He texts him directly probably. He's like, yo, you pulling up to the show, bro? We're gonna do, the that Big 3 song there. We gotta do that. Big as the Super Bowl. Oh, you look, yo, North Carolina go crazy, bro. Right? Bear Texas are coming in. Yo, bro, where you at, bro? Drizzy's he ain't coming, bro. He's at the crib. He's back at the embassy. You know what I'm saying? So, but maybe not. From what it seems like here, it seems like at this after party, he wasn't sure. Okay, he was asking Maul, should I? Maybe I should go.
That was just weird. It's just like a weird. You just should have done this man catalog. So now every time you do this record, you can't be saying he's part of the Big 3. You just shitted on him.
But you can't change. I don't think he should change the bar.
This is why what J. Cole did from the gate with 7 Minute Drill was. You just should have.
So there you have it there. That's a conversation that, you know, like Maul was saying, he wasn't really supposed to go out there like that, but he decided to just, you know, let the people know anyway. Drake heard the song. He was like, maybe I might skip this. Okay. As soon as he heard that there was a song out, and he was like, maybe too soon. He was like, nah, I don't know if I'm going to show up to this Dream Fest or this Dreamville. What they call that shit? Dreamville Fest? Yeah, I don't know if I can make that, man. Don't gas up the jet, bro. We're gonna stay in Toronto. What's going on at Habibi's? You know what I'm saying? I don't know where these niggas hang out. What's going on in King Street or wherever these niggas be popping out of? Like, nah. North Carolina, nah. We're gonna skip that one. So he missed the apology. Peace Love says the optics. Yeah. And you know, from what he was saying to Maul, it's pretty true. I'm not even gonna say kind of true. It's pretty true. What are you gonna do? You're gonna keep on every time it's time to drop the track. You guys are gonna start ganging up on Kendrick. The nigga didn't even drop a whole track. He featured on somebody else's shit to send a shot at you niggas. And with all due respect to all parties involved, meaning I'm talking about Drake and J. Cole. Kendrick's kind of looking like the boogeyman right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like people's trying to exaggerate when they're like, "Oh, y'all better chill out. Don't get Kendrick Lamar mad. The boogeyman's gonna come out." Yeah, but how long does it take for the boogeyman to get over to where you're at? You know what I'm saying? If he was like a Bloody Mary character, and you go and you walk in front of a mirror and you say Bloody Mary 3 times, and it's Kendrick, you'd be looking behind you like, where's Bloody Mary? It's taking a goddamn long time. Right? I feel like the boogeyman should be ready, should be accessible at any moment to tear people's heads off. Okay? I don't think the boogeyman, he's more like the Sasquatch, maybe. There's a sighting of him every 5 years. Okay? So when everybody gives that whole, he's the boogeyman, that analogy is kind of whack to me. You know what I'm saying? Not to say take anything away from Kendrick's skills. I think Kendrick's an amazing lyricist. Okay? But the boogeyman, no. But now, that boogeyman shit is starting to make a little bit more sense now, fam. I'm not gonna lie. He got y'all niggas shook as hell, bro. Got this nigga over here apologizing, crying and bitching. Okay? And I know there's a whole other conversation that's going on in the whole the black Twitter sphere or black Twitter or just in black media period, where they're like, this is a good thing for J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Addressing his mental health. You guys are so stuck up on war and da-da-da-da-da. But what about the mental health and wealth of the black man? Yeah. I get it. And that's all true. But this is rap. Okay? You can get to the mental health stuff later. I don't want to be toxic, but like, bro, if you're gonna shoot this nigga, if he dies, he dies. Okay, go to your therapy. Go to your therapist after this. You know what I'm saying? Do it in private. All right. But I will, give a little bit of bail to say he has shown growth for the people who are into that. Okay, and I'm not into that. I'm just not into that right now. Okay. But for those people who are really big mental health advocates who are like, listen, mental health over anything, all right? If it wasn't in the spirit, then don't make him go and do something that's just not in the spirit, all right? Don't make him go and do something violent or, talk about things. Yes, I understand. So moving forward, for all the rappers, when they start feeling like this is getting a little bit too stressful, like this beef, he's dissing me a little bit too hard. I don't like the comments that are popping up, the memes that people are making. go take a break. It's fine. Okay? But just know, we're not going to be getting any more battles after this. Okay? For the people who are into artists being competitive, you know, taking it to the wax, or no, not wax. That's the old term. You know, taking it to the studio and saying, all right, I don't like you. I don't like some of the things that you were doing. So I'm going to address it on wax. I'm going to address it on my album. That shit is done. That's a riggedy rap. These are the last of the Mohicans of niggas who are going to be dissing each other on tracks. I'll even take it a step further. This is the last of motherfuckers who are skilled enough, who can even make a sub that you have to be like, oh, that's towards so-and-so. Niggas don't rap that good anymore. Okay? Like drill niggas, like the drill rap niggas, they diss each other all the time. But it's not they don't do subs. You know what I'm saying? They're like, seen Wooski hit him in the head, and then he did the dance. And that's, I guess, battling that's competition in a sense. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Okay? A nigga subbing you from song to song, freestyle to freestyle, until we get to the point where it's like, you know what, now I'm going to respond. Okay? That takeover shit, that ether shit, that whole era of rap after this battle is done. Okay? Remember, I'm telling you that right now. These new niggas don't do this shit. One, half of the time they pretend to be friends. Okay, they run around doing some fake friend shit. And in the other half of the time, when they have beef with each other, they just take it to Instagram. Okay, black screen, whole bunch of letters. Oh, this is why I don't like you. We never liked you. Okay, and then push comes to shove, then they go live. Listen, nigga, when I see you, And then if anything, then they just bump into each other and then either, you know, unfortunately, maybe kill each other, or somebody gets beat down, a chain gets taken, and then that's the battle. Whoever's chain gets taken first, that's the loser. Okay? But skillful, lyrical, you know, subs, jabs, direct shots, all that type of stuff that you get from, you know, this battle that you're seeing right now that's about to build up with Drizzy Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and now no more J. Cole. J. Cole knocked himself out of that. You know what I'm saying? That shit is dead. We're not getting that no more. Right? Franklin Frazier says hip-hop battles is the new flag football. Yeah, these niggas ain't gonna be tackling no more, bro. No Diddy. Okay? No contact. Ow. Yo, you see that? I'm not gonna put it on Drizzy. Okay, salute to the boy. However, when Pusha T was on his neck and he had a nuclear bomb that he was gonna hit him with, and then Jay Prince was like, "Nah, don't do it." And you know, he was like, "Yo, the types of things that I was gonna say, all that type of stuff." That might have been just the beginning, near the beginning of that trend. Okay, I'm not saying that this is the same as J. Cole apologizing. It's nothing the same. But where the beef ends because somebody's big homie says, "Nah, B, don't do it. It's gonna get too crazy." You know what I'm saying? And then us in the audience, we become the losers. We don't get to hear the fire. We don't get to hear the bars. So if it starts becoming a trend where one, your big homie could step in and say, nah, don't do it. It's too much of an investment or a lot, you know, it's too much of a loss in our investments and stuff. Or you got niggas like Cole who are like, rah, ow, my spirit. I don't think I liked what I said right there. I don't think I even felt that way. If you love Kendrick, everybody say, hey, love you, Kendrick. Jay Castro said, I got to put that back on the screen. Jay Fold. Yeah. I seen a few other ones in there too. Is it J. Cole? Y'all niggas is creative with the J. Cole flips right there. You know what I'm saying? But Cole, like, what's worse? The apology and the way that your spirit felt after the apology and the way that everybody was coming at you saying, yo, bro, do this, that, or the pylon that you're getting from everybody, whether it's in the comments, social media, podcasters, radio station announcers. What's worse, fam? You may as well just held your apology so you don't have to deal with all this backlash. There's people who are literally taking you out of the top spot that you've been bragging about being in for the last 10 years. Why did you do all of that building up, saying that you're one of the big three, to now knock yourself out? You feel me? Trust me. Sorry, I got distracted by a Reddit post, yo. But yeah, man, I can't even say big salute to J. Cole because you kind of dropped the ball on that one right there. But salute to your mental health. Let's do that. Salute to your mental health. Okay? You jumped the gun for real. It wasn't your goal. It was Drake's goal. All right, my nigga? We don't need to hear and even with 7 Minute Drill, fam, the shit wasn't even that hot. It was mid. It was super mid. Okay? There's people who are saying, well, maybe he heard what the reception was from 7 Minute Drill and he was like, I'm sorry. I don't even think that's the case. Whatever he said on the stage is how he feels. I don't even think he's lying. But it's not the time for that, B.
We love hip hop.